Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
7:31, 23 degrees outside. Got as cool as 21 overnight. Pretty nice out there. Wind's not blowing too badly on a Monday morning. Hope you folks had a great weekend. And we look forward to spending the week with you here. This is World Radio Day today, so we're feeling a little special today as radio has survived many, many years of changes and challenges and continues to be a major media provider for information, especially, we believe, on the local level. So proud to be a part of that. Speaking of local level, I really enjoyed you guys' coverage over the weekend with all the wrestling. I think a lot of other folks did too. A lot of nice comments on social media about listening to the team, the Dream Team, I believe one person called you guys.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. I guess I didn't know we made social media.
Yeah, you made social media.
All right.
Certainly all because of these young men and women who have put forth all this effort and practice and, you know, in some cases maybe eating a little less food and doing all the things they need to do to make their weight class that they would fit into. And very successful weekend for all the area kids. And I know that there's 3 teams that you mentioned in your sports, plus a lot of individuals around the area that are going to school in our listening area. Fantastic, isn't it?
It is fantastic, yeah. When we go to cover the state tournament in Omaha, we always like to stay busy, and we will be ultra busy coming up Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So, yeah, congratulations to all of our area wrestlers who qualified for the state tournament coming up this week in Omaha. Broken Bow won the district championship of the C4 in Mitchell. And Selma Myrna was your team champion at the D2 sub in Southern Valley, and Twin Loop was your runner-up there. That was awesome. Mullen, I think, was 3rd in the team standings in their district, and just tons of individuals around the area that we'll be covering coming up in Omaha this week. So be a lot of fun.
It will be a lot of fun, and we always like to take time in these moments to thank all the wrestlers out there who put forth those efforts throughout the year. You know, wrestling is one of those sports, as you know better than a lot of, because you're working with the coaches. They coached kids for years. It's a team sport because you accumulate points for your team, which is really important, but you still have that individual factor. And sports where you are kind of on your own out there on the mat or in the boxing ring or in track or whatever, you know, where you have your own goals and your own scores that could make you win that particular meet or not, or match or not. There's a lot of desire there by these kids to perform as best they can. Then they may not have qualified for state or placed in their district or whatever the case may be, but they went through all the effort to do the very best they could at that sport. So thanks to all those athletes, and then of course the coaches. And wrestling parents are a whole different breed, folks. They're
special.
One big family.
Yep.
And they support one another very, very well. And so this is the grand finale coming up this weekend in Omaha. Now, this happens every year to sports guys. You've got wrestling coming up, the grand finale this weekend, and then you have the build-up of all the sub-district and districts in girls and boys basketball for their track trying to make it to the state tournament in Lincoln. So that gets underway tonight.
Yes, girls sub-district basketball will start tonight. We're going to be covering the D2-7 sub-district for you on KBBN radio which is at Sandhills High School. Tonight, Ansley Litchfield will play Elba. I believe tip-off is at 5:30. The winner of that game will advance and play the top seed Sandhills Thetford tomorrow back at the D27 subdistrict at Sandhills. So we'll have tonight's game between Ansley Litchfield and Elba, and you can listen to it on KBBN 95.3 FM and KBBN.com. As we mentioned, the winner advances to play Sandhills Thetford. And then also tomorrow, you have Anselmo Myrna playing Pleasanton. And we'll broadcast that game for you tomorrow as well. Both games will be on the air tomorrow. And I believe the guys are also going to do the live video stream of the games on Tuesday for you, which you can watch. Tonight's game will be radio only. We'll incorporate the video stream with the coverage tomorrow. That's all at the D27 subdistrict at Sandhills. And then we'll do the subdistrict final on Thursday from that subdistrict. And then as far as what we have on the air, we'll cover Broken Bow in the C111 subdistrict that they'll compete at in Gothenburg. Broken Bow will play Kearney Catholic tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, and we'll broadcast that on KCNI 96.3 FM and KCNI1280.com. And then if Broken Bow wins, we'll go back and cover their subdistrict final on Thursday on KCNI. If I can go back to the D27 subdistrict, I mentioned we would broadcast the subdistrict final. We'll have state wrestling going on that night on KBBN. So there's a good chance the subdistrict final from the D27 would be a video-only presentation. So, but we're trying to cover as much as we can.
Yeah,
so.
And that's a lot of coverage. We hope you feel the same way out there. And then also a video only does feature the call, though, the play-by-play with that. So it's not like you're just going to be looking at a video
Correct.
with no sound. Which
yeah, we'll still call the game.
I think a lot of people really enjoy having the guys and you call the games, whether that's on radio or video only or both. And, yeah, that's all coming up. If you couldn't keep track of all that, join the club. I couldn't either. But you can kind of follow along on Sandhills Express and Brent's sports reports. He'll kind of let you know what's coming up as we go along. This is also a day where they have designated World Radio Day, as we mentioned. It's also National Football Hangover Day.
Oh, is it now? I can't understand why.
Super Bowl did not disappoint.
Great game.
Good game. Two really good teams and a real clean game as far as penalties go. There wasn't a lot. And I thought not being a football expert, a lot of times when you watch games, you see some missed tackles and so forth. Didn't see a lot of missed tackles. It was even though it was a high-scoring game, fairly high, they were good defenses, and the tackling was really brisk. You know, the Eagles, I'm sure fans are going, well, if we wouldn't have had that fumble and made that field goal, you know, things would be different. There was also a call right at the end that was somewhat controversial, which really could have changed things or could not. You never know, because the call was made and they called pass interference on the Eagles. And I'm sure if you're an Eagles fan, you're not very happy about that, because it was, you know, a borderline call. So.
Yeah, it wasn't a blatant hold, I guess you would say.
Right.
The only thing that did, as a fan that didn't have a horse in the game, you know, horse in the race, and just enjoying the game, I mean, there was a grab there. You could see that.
Yeah.
But I was disappointed it was called, because it took the suspense out of the final 90 seconds. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I mean, if they don't call that and Kansas City kicks a field goal, now you're giving the ball back to Jalen Hurts with, what, a minute 40, minute 50 left to go in the game. And I'm just thinking, oh, man, you know, this is going to turn out to be maybe the greatest Super Bowl of all time.
Right.
Because, man, who knows what Philadelphia would have done with a minute 50 left to go. And I'm thinking, man, if they tie it, you know, then we're going to go to overtime, and we're going to get the new overtime rules where everybody touches the ball. And so when that penalty was called, it just kind of took the air out of it, you know, which was a little disappointing. But it doesn't overshadow what I thought was the greatness of the game as a whole. It was a great game, and the way Kansas City came out offensively and flipped the script in the second half, man. And Mahomes, when he took off on that run on a bad ankle, What a play.
Yeah, he really came
Man.
out a lot better from the locker room than most people thought he would. You know, with that longer than usual halftime, that would be a very good opportunity to get things even stiffer down there around that upper ankle. And he came out and looked about as good as he did as far as getting around early in the first half before you could see where he twisted it on that tackle. But, yeah, they really did. I mean, the coaching staff for Kansas City, phenomenal job of changing things up and making some adjustments. But that could have been either team's game easily.
And that Jalen Hurts, what a game.
Yeah.
Man, I think he's going to end up being a special player in the NFL.
Sure,
what a great
looks like
quarterback.
it. Sure looks like it. But, yeah, I was kind of like you when that penalty was called and then that changed. Then they were just running the clock out.
Yeah. Now, there was a second where I thought the Kansas City running back was really going to screw things up. I thought he was going to go into the end zone and score for a second. I'm like, get down, dude. You
did.
don't want to go into the end zone. So,
Well, that would be hard to do as a player in a Super Bowl to, not go in and score a touchdown.
Yeah, but I'm thinking, man, I thought for a moment, he's got a lot of momentum. He's going to cross the goal line. And I'm thinking if he crosses the goal line, now the excitement comes back into the game.
Yeah.
Because Philly will get the ball again. But now they played it right. You get down, you kick the field goal at the end and win it. So
Yeah, it was interesting. I wondered, watching the replay on the penalty, the ball was was the ball, I'll just ask you a question, was the ball overthrown just a little bit to the corner of the end zone, or did that little hook slow him down enough that he wasn't there? And I guess you just never know.
Well, the penalty was holding, not pass interference.
Right.
So, no matter for that penalty, no matter where the ball ends up, it doesn't matter because they're saying he grabbed him, he held him.
Yeah.
So
he couldn't get to the ball. Right?
Yeah. So I don't know.
It'll be talked about for quite a long time.
It will be, but it was it's a good Super Bowl, and I thought the commercials as a whole were somewhat entertaining.
Yeah.
My favorite was Binky Daddy. I don't
that
know
was
if
pretty
anyone
good.
else enjoyed Binky Daddy, but I think that was right up there. I did enjoy the Dunkin' Donuts commercial with Ben Affleck
Oh, I might have
and
missed
Jennifer
that one.
Lopez. That was early in the game.
Oh,
I think.
I might have missed that one. My favorite was about the electric cars.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I won't go into it because
Okay.
I could get myself in trouble. I guess I shouldn't. It was a commercial on TV.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
the other part of it was the halftime show. There was always talk about whether it was a good performance or not. Not knowing much about Rihanna or following her, the music side of it, I didn't find that thrilling personally. But I have to say, she's a brave girl to be up on a platform that high off the ground.
Kind of crazy, wasn't it?
Wow. Yeah. And, of course, the big talk this morning is she had what they're calling a little baby tummy sticking out there. So she's going to.
Oh.
It was
Oh,
kind
I
of
didn't
revealed
know
that
that.
she was going to have another baby.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, well,
that's all the chatter
congratulations.
this morning. But the crowd seemed to love it. So it was a good night. And it got over pretty early. So really
Yeah.
wasn't too bad as far as staying up and watching it.
Now, maybe we can talk to the Arrow Seed guys about this, Jim and the boys.
Yeah.
But, man, it's there was a lot of slipping going on.
Oh,
Do you
boy,
know what
was
I'm
there
saying?
ever. They
I
said it was
mean,
a different kind of grass.
I don't know how you put that turf together or, I don't know anything about grass and growing grass and putting together turf for a field, but that was kind of a bummer.
It was.
And both teams were slipping all over the place.
Yeah, they were, and then there was also speculation that maybe there was too much paint on the field where they had the graphics and so forth. But I guess I did catch, and maybe you folks out there heard that too. They were talking about Kansas City was concerned about it because they played on that field earlier and had the same problem at the first part of the season.
Yeah.
So it might be more the grass than the paint, as you said. But I would imagine after last night there'll be some maybe plans to reseed to something else. But we'll see if they play there again in the near future. Of course, it was kind of cool. I did not get to see it. I didn't get to hear Chris Stapleton sing the national anthem. Did you?
It was good.
It was good.
I
Darn.
thought. Yeah.
I'll have to find that. And then, of course, the flyover by the Jets was all female pilots, which was pretty neat. Two African American quarterbacks in the Super Bowl. That's the first time that's happened. So there was some pretty neat things going on, and it seemed like the teams really respected one another and played a good, clean ball game, which was kind of fun to see. All right, the other big story, of course, that got a lot of attention over the weekend was now the Air Force just spent a lot of time shooting down objects in the air. Fourth time in a week that they had to shoot down or felt they needed to shoot down some objects that they really can't identify. They knew the first one was a balloon. That was obvious. It was big, and they knew it came from China. But they've shot down 3 objects since then, mostly to the north of us, and taken down over Alaska and Canada and Michigan, up in Michigan. So you have to wonder, and there's speculation to this, just because of the Chinese balloon, are they paying more attention? And they said they've kind of improved their radar to detect objects. But it's kind of weird because they can't really they said the first one they shot down after the Chinese balloon was about the size of a small car, but they really couldn't tell what was propelling it. And they would fly up by it. They knew it was unmanned, so they shot it down, or they thought it was unmanned. But now all sorts of theories will be coming out of this, as you know. So I'm sure we'll be hearing more about that on our CBS News. And unfortunately, the numbers of deaths in Turkey and Syria continue to rise dramatically, and that's a sad story that I'm sure we'll be hearing about this week. Now, locally here today, we have some guests coming in. Todd Wardeen will be in with Full Circle Irrigation to talk about their appreciation dinner they're going to be having and gathering that they have annually. I think this time around it'll be in Litchfield, but we'll find out more details on that because they have locations both in Broken Bow and Litchfield. And also on our guest list, Ideal Realty and Runza. So those are some of the other things happening. And we can take a look at the school lunch menus real quick here. I'll start with the Prairie Pioneer Center today, and this is the 13th day of the month of February. So today it's goulash, Brussels sprouts, mixed fruit, and cornbread. And if you'd like to have a meal there and enjoy their company, call them at 872-6121 by 9 o'clock this morning.
At Thetford today, Philly cheesesteak on the menu at Thetford School.
Sandhill Schools at Dunning showing no school today.
And no school at Ansley today.
At Anselmo Myrna, they're showing pizza pasta bake with garlic breadstick, chicken nuggets with garlic breadstick, crispy chicken shaker with roasted flatbread, vegetables, fruit, and milk at Anselmo Myrna.
All right, Broken Bow today, showing pizza pasta bake with garlic breadstick, chicken nuggets with garlic breadstick, fresh baked ham and cheese sub, a crispy chicken shaker with roasted flatbread, and at the grill station, it's a hot dog basket today at Broken Bow.
Oh, hot dogs.
Yeah.
Very reasonable meal.
Oh, very much. Had a couple of those over the weekend.
Oh, good. Stayed within budget then.
I did.
Cozad High School today. I'm sorry. Nuggets with Italian bread, Taco Joe sandwich, peanut butter and jelly, mixed greens, salad, and fresh market produce, all at Cozad High School.
All right, Loop City today, hot ham and cheese sandwich or chicken nuggets, your choice, along with oven potatoes. That's at Loop City. Couple of others for you. No school at Litchfield. Meanwhile, at Sargent today, their lunch menu showing taco salad with lettuce, cheese, salsa, green beans, fruit cup, milk, and salad bar at Sargent today.
All right, those are your menus. Let's play the game real quick. And I don't know, Brent, were you able to round up some grocery cart specials today?
I'm going to have to go to my phone.
Uh-oh.
So you're going to have to give me a moment.
We will.
Okay,
we
thank
will.
you.
Let's play the game.
All right. Romper Room was an American children's TV series that was franchised and syndicated from February 10th, 1953, up to 1994. So we're asking questions about other children's TV shows. Do you remember Captain Kangaroo?
Oh, sure.
Oh, Brent remembers Captain Kangaroo. What was Captain Kangaroo's farmer's name? There was a farmer on Captain Kangaroo. What was his name? Mr. Blue Jeans, Mr. Green Jeans, Mr. Black Jeans, or Mr. Denim Jeans? If you know, call us at 872-2801. Your prize today is a personal pan pizza, one topping at Pizza Hut.
Team Physical Therapy. We are your complete physical therapy stop from babies to the elder, from sports injuries to joint replacements, from dry needling to manual techniques. We have it all for you. 872-5111. We offer physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy. Or check out any of our locations in Broken Bow, Burwell, Gothenburg, Kearney, or Callaway. Call for your complete physical therapy needs and to a healthier 2023. Team Physical Therapy, 872-5111.
Hello, I'm Chris Smith, the Palmer Monument Company. There are many good reasons to pre-select your family memorial. During the months of January and February, we are giving you one more reason, our annual winter sale. Come and see us today, and when you bring the coupon from the newspaper, receive additional savings off our already reduced prices. Our goal is to assist you in selecting the memorial that best fits your family needs, and will save you money too, during the annual winter sale at Palmer Monument Company of Broken Bow in Lexington.
We have Lois on the line. Good morning, Lois. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Well, good. It's good. You have a very friendly, happy voice, and that's what we need on a Monday morning, so we appreciate that.
Yes, because it's almost Friday.
I
Yeah.
love your attitude. It will get here before we know it, that's for sure. Here's Brent with your question.
Okay, Lois, what was Captain Kangaroo's farmer's name? Mr. Blue Jeans, Mr. Green Jeans, Mr. Black Jeans, or Mr. Denim Jeans?
Mr. Green Jeans.
Of course it was. And because you've answered correctly, we got a certificate that'll get you a free personal pan pizza, one topping at Pizza Hut. So come on out and see us.
Awesome.
All right, Lois, have a great week.
Hey, you too. Thanks, guys.
Yep, take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye. 7:53, you're listening to The Breakfast Show. Bob Seger, Wait For Me on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Brent has some specials for us from the grocery cart.
All right, I'll do my best here. This is the ad showing for February 13th through the 19th at the grocery cart in Broken Bow, proudly serving Custer County for 35 years. 93% diet lean ground beef on sale this week at $4.78 in the meat department. Boneless center cut pork chops $2.48 a pound. Rump roast $4.98 a pound, and the boneless in-loin pork roast is $2.38 a pound this week at the grocery cart. Some other things. Well, here we go. My goodness, the wrestling guys can stock up and stay within budget when we go to state wrestling on sale this week. Fairbury Tomboy hot dogs, 2 packages for $8. Daly's Family Pack sliced bacon, $11.98 for the package there. Here we go. Dave won't let us get Tomboy hot dogs because Bar S Franks are on sale, 2 packages for $3.
Oh, man.
So there's what the guys will be eating at state wrestling this week. Let's see some other things. Oscar Mayer sliced turkey bacon, 2 packages for $6. Best Choice breaded fish sticks and portions, $3.98 for the package this week. Chobani Greek yogurt, 5 of them for $5 at the grocery cart. Minute Maid orange juice on sale for $2.78. The Pure Leaf tea, 2 of them for $4 this week. Let's see some other things. Sheds spread country crock, $2.98, 3 varieties. That's for the 15-ounce tub. Kraft Velveeta shredded cheese, 4 varieties, 6-ounce package, 2 for $6. The Sargento Deli sliced cheese on sale for the 8-ounce package, 4 varieties, $3.95. Pepsi products for the 2-liter bottles on sale, 3 for $5 this week. Who doesn't like Oreos? Come on now.
Yeah.
Nabisco Oreo cookies, $4.48 for the package this week. Looking to make spaghetti or something this week? Here we go. Ragu pasta sauce on sale, 3 for $5. Best Choice pasta, 98 cents. Nabisco premium saltines or toasted chips, $3.48 for the package there this week. Let's see. Let's go over to another page. And we see that the Mott's applesauce for the little cups, the package there, $2.48 this week. General Mills cereals are 2 for $7. The Heinz Easy Squeeze ketchup bottles, 20-ounce bottles, are 2 for $5 this week. Dawn Easy Squeeze or dish soap, $3.98. Campbell's tomato or chicken noodle soup, the cans are 3 for $4. Hunt's tomato sauce for the 8-ounce can, 68 cents this week. Best Choice diced tomatoes are on sale for $1.08 for the can. And Brawny paper towels, $7.68 at the grocery cart this week. And those are just some of the specials that you'll find this week at the GK. Don't forget to check out their bonus items that you can cash in on for your rewards points this week. And of course, you can always accumulate those rewards points if you have your card with you, and redeem them at the gas station too at Casey's in Broken Bow. So like always, a lot of great things happening at the GK.
You're listening to The Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN Radio.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. The Chiefs are this year's Super Bowl champs, and fans are pumped.
In Kansas City, we're overcomers. You know, we overcome adversity, so anything put in our way, we're going to continue to, elevate.
Chiefs beat the Eagles 38-35 in an epic shootout that has analysts calling Patrick Mahomes the new Tom Brady. White House denies Beijing's claim today the U.S. has been sending spy balloons over China. CBS's Cami McCormick on the last of 3 unidentified objects shot down by American fighter jets.
The one shot down over Alaskan waters, Canada, and the Great Lakes will be difficult to recover given the conditions.
A Chinese spy balloon was shot down over a week ago. 4-year-old girl pulled from the rubble from the earthquakes in Turkey today. A U.S. rescuer says,
as long as we're continuing to make successful rescues, that is the number one driving force.
The death toll in Turkey and Syria topped 35,000 today. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
In Nebraska news, Beatrice Fire and Rescue was involved in a crash while transporting a patient to a Lincoln hospital on Sunday morning. The crash happened near South 48th Street and Nebraska Parkway just before 8 a.m. In a social media post, Beatrice Fire and Rescue said a vehicle failed to yield to the ambulance at an intersection in Lincoln and totaled the ambulance. The employees of the Beatrice Fire and Rescue were taken to the Bryan West Hospital to be evaluated. Both employees have been released from the hospital and are expected to be back to work soon. Lincoln Fire and Rescue responded to the scene. That's Nebraska News.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Brian Fenley.
Make that now 2 Super Bowl rings for Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes, who captains KC to the big game win yesterday, 38-35 against the Philadelphia Eagles in Glendale. MVP honors went to Mahomes' second time. He has been named Super Bowl MVP. After this game, despite his team coming out on top, he reminisces on all those who discredited his team coming in.
I wouldn't necessarily say we were counted out, but I mean, there was a lot more critics than there was the previous years I had been here. And I told him at the beginning of the year, I said, as long as Andy Reid's coaching, we're going to have success as an offense, not trusting the leaders that we have on that defense. And so to go from a team that wasn't, I wouldn't even say majority picked to win the AFC West to win the Super Bowl, that speaks to the guys that we have in that locker room.
One of those guys in the locker room was Harrison Butker, made a key late 27-yard field goal.
Here's your weatherology forecast. High temperatures approaching 50 degrees for today. We'll see lots of sunshine. Then for tonight, we'll have partly to mostly cloudy skies, breezy south winds, a low of 31. For Tuesday, we'll have some light snow to start, then changing over to rain into the afternoon with highs up to 42. We'll have our winds becoming gusty, turning to the northwest, increasing to 20 to 30. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Caro.
Does your financial advisor take the time to really listen to you? Is your financial strategy personalized for you and your family? Will your financial advisor be there as your life and financial situations change? Hi, I'm Janet Lawhorn.
And I'm Tim McCaslin.
Your local Edward Jones financial advisors. When we work together, we'll focus on what's important to you.
We'll create a personalized financial strategy backed by our advice, tools, and resources to help you reach your goals. And we'll partner to help your strategy stay on track, no matter what happens. Contact us today at 308-872-6849 or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
8:04, it's 24 degrees outside under a clear sky. Winds are light now out of the southwest. Barometric pressure leveled off at 2989, humidity at 77%. High temperature yesterday was 40 with an overnight low of 22. We did drop down to 21 just after 7 o'clock this morning. Sunrise this morning at 7:37, sunset at 6:08 today as our days noticeably stretch out and give us a little more time after work. And that's kind of nice to see. Means that spring is coming.
Yeah.
It's going to get warm.
That's okay. With me, anyway.
Yeah, with a lot of people. Got a shot here midweek, maybe a little snow, but they're not talking about a lot. I've heard of different people talking about hearing about 2 to 4 inches and 6 to 8 inches, and I don't know where those models are coming from, but our weather source is not talking about that, so we hope they're right.
Yes, I very much hope they're right
Wednesday
on that.
Or Thursday, yeah, we don't need that for travel for all these folks to get down to Omaha and all these sub-district and district games, but Mother Nature will do what she wants to do. That's always the way it is. 24 and clear here at Broken Bow. We'll take a quick timeout.
The list of songs about love is a long one.
Girl, I've always loved you. Girl, you ain't been loved till you've been loved by a country boy. Loving you easy.
At KCNI KBBN,
We love shopping local. Make sure you're listening to The Breakfast Show. Every single day, a new $25 gift card will be given away.
Stop throwing your hard-earned money away on rent. Imagine owning your own building and saving thousands every year. Sound impossible? Not if you use General Steel. General Steel can help you save thousands by owning your own custom-designed building. Just call 888-98-STEEL or visit buygeneralsteel.com to see how much money you can save with General Steel. Our buildings come with a 50-year warranty, and thousands of companies, from Fortune 500 corporations to startups, have trusted the General with their building needs.
If you need to expand or start a new business, you really need General Steel.
I'm very impressed with General Steel. Everyone's been extremely helpful. I'd recommend General Steel to anyone looking to build a steel building.
Stop wasting money on rent. Call 888-98-STEEL or visit buygeneralsteel.com to find out what General Steel can do for your home or business. That's 888-98-STEEL. Our team will answer your questions and offer you a customized quote. Just call 888-987-8335 now or buygeneralsteel.com.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show with Dave and Brent.
8:07 is your time. As we promised you earlier, we're going to be visiting next with Todd Wardeen, Full Circle Irrigation. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Good.
Good. It's good to have you in. Wanted to thank you off the top here for being a part of our activities out at the Tumbleweed here a week or so ago, to give away those tickets to Blake Shelton, and enjoyed having you for breakfast.
Yeah, that was a good time, and I was disappointed I didn't get to put my name in the drawing. And
welcome to the club. I every time we have a drawing for something, I keep asking if I'm eligible, and I keep being told I'm not.
I think Mr. Schmidt might be willing to take us along, but probably can't get into the concert.
Well, you could get there, but getting in might be difficult. I was glad to see Mike win because he was a fan of Blake Shelton, so that makes it more fun.
He was pretty excited.
Good. Well, it's good to have you in. I know we're going to talk about your appreciation gathering that you have. This year, it's in Litchfield at the original location, I guess we'll call it. Now you have the facility, the wonderful facility here in Broken Bow that you've had it at a few times, and it's a good time. I happened to take it in a year or two ago, and that was working around stormy weather then, I think, too. But we've had time to adjust to the snow now, so I don't think that'll bother anything.
Well, I looked at the forecast, and it looks nice for Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
A couple years ago, we had it scheduled and rescheduled it because of inclement weather, and then I think the second reschedule was worse than the first. So John was making ice cream outside, and his hair was all full of snow, and he was wet.
Well, people still made it in anyway, because you do put on quite a gathering, good food and ice cream and good company, right?
Well, if you're going to put something like that on, you want to have good food, and you want to, of course, you want to encourage people to come as much as possible. And we got quite a few door prizes lined up, and pretty much the same menu. It's really good, so it's hard to change it. So the desserts might be a little different.
A little bit, yeah.
But the ice cream is always good, and the ribs and pork sandwiches.
Ribs, and that was the one year we were out there doing remote, and some of your employees were cleaning potatoes, I think. They were getting ready to make baked potatoes.
Yep.
I don't know if you'll have that this year or not, but that was kind of fun watching them clean them up and getting ready to bake them.
Yeah, we had baked then. I think we're going to have cheesy this year, so that will be a little different.
That's good. Yeah. Cheesy's good.
Yeah, both are really good. They go over pretty well.
So it's this Saturday at your Litchfield location. What time are you going to start?
We're going to start at 5 o'clock, and it usually doesn't get over with till later on, and I won't mention some of the later on guys' names in case they don't want to be in trouble anywhere. But
well, I know you invited me to be one of those later ons when I was there, and I guess my age showed up. I thought later on worked better earlier for a ways back. But however folks want to do it, they can come and stay a while and enjoy it, or they can stay late. However they want to do it, right?
Yeah, we're glad to have them there, and we have a tire rep there, and a representative from our grain bin sales, and Valley usually has a guy or two there too, and so if anybody wants to talk about anything, they can, and a lot of people just use the opportunity to just get together and enjoy it, and that's fine too, you know. And those guys, they're game either way, you know. Sometimes I feel sorry for them as they look a little bored over there, but they're well taken care of.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. We'll kind of recap this, but I kind of wanted to ask you about, you know, the upcoming season. I don't know what can be done right now as far as maintenance goes, and I know that you can pre-sell some things and talk about getting things done this spring when the weather breaks. Kind of give us a view of what people can talk to you about right now.
Well, the biggest thing we're going to face this spring is so much different than last spring, because we're going to have some mud, and so it's going to give us a chance to do the inspections on pivots, the greasing. We're also, right now, we're able to get out with telehandlers, and we've been putting some sprinkler packages on, and today tower boxes on a pivot, because it's supposed to be 50 degrees this afternoon and no wind. So that kind of stuff is going to be real easy to accomplish. Once it dries out, there's a lot of things on the list that are not, you know, they're going to have to be done at that time period. So if we can catch some nice warm days, doing those service jobs early is going to be very important.
Yeah, service and maintenance.
So
and
getting them scheduled is going to be a big thing.
And how about somebody that's thinking about putting a new one in or replacing an existing pivot? Should they be planning that how far ahead? Is it too late, too early?
It's not too late. Actually, it's completely different than a year ago. We're looking at about a 2.5, 3 week time delay. Last year, it was almost too late by now, and you know, probably corner machines are the only thing that are probably going to push us close to April. It seems like the corner machine components are the biggest holdup. It must be some of the GPS coordinates, and I don't make it high enough up into the Valley corporate ladder and to get that kind of information. They just tell me when we order a corner, which we just have, that it's going to be, you know, into March. So
okay,
but besides that, I mean, it's very, things are a lot better now. They're more back to what it was before.
Good. That's
COVID.
good to hear. Yeah, I think that's kind of generally what we're starting to feel here in all different kinds of industries, but certainly good to hear that in the ag industry for parts of all kinds, including for the tractors and all of the things that were so difficult. Hopefully that's improving too. Of course, I would imagine you'd be happy to talk to them about some new bins as well.
Grain bins are another thing that's very accessible, and they've kept the discount levels at a nice place even this late into the winter, and they're always trying to promote business off season, so their best discounts are usually right during harvest when everybody's so busy they don't have time to think about bins. But you know, they usually hold it into December, and then the discounts get a little less in January as their schedule gets full. But there's still some really good discounts on bins, and they're actually cheaper than they were a year and a half ago, and so that's the right direction for us to promote them for our customers.
Well, a lot of these guys and gals out there, I imagine, are looking over the tax situation and how they're coming out, going in full speed ahead into this year and maybe the next. I imagine they could talk to you about a bin that could go in June or July, because they won't be utilizing those till fall, right? So.
Right. Yep. And most of the time, the tax situation push happens before the end of the year, and then they wait and see how their year goes, you know. And this year, with interest rates how they are and input costs, you really aren't sure where you're going to be with fuel, and you know, we kind of know fertilizers up there and seeds up there, and equipment is definitely a cost. So I think the tax thing will be more of later in the year thing
later.
now.
Okay. All right. So I wanted to ask you about those things, and then we talk about this, I think, when we get together here on the show, but I think it's still fascinating to people out there. I think the farmers and ranchers who utilize pivots understand this already, but the technology that is available now that wasn't available 10 years ago, maybe. I don't know how fast this is changing, but everything with technology certainly is on a high-speed motion there, and your business is all about technology, really. I mean, I know we see the pivots out there squirting the water out, but there's a whole lot of things go into that.
Yeah, the technology part of our business is just, it's growing faster, almost faster than we can keep up with it. And we've got Shane and Nathan and Greg, all three of them are they're dealing with our communications with AgSense, is what Valley has for communication. The newer things that are coming out are they've got they call it an Encompass corner machine watering system, and corner machines, they swing out in each corner and water the corner, and in general they are about 70% accurate compared to the rest of your pivot. And this new Encompass watering system is supposed to bring that up into the 90 percentile range. Wow. With that comes some technology and some mapping. And the good thing about it is they're going to tie that in with the corner guidance, so you can just map it once for your GPS guidance, and it uses that technology to water. But the valving is going to be electrically controlled, and so there's new things coming down the pipeline that are very interesting, and the Insights program that they have with the cameras, they're so high definition that they can tell early on in the year if you have grass growing or broadleaf weeds and how you should be treating them. And of course, I've inquired, in order to get that information, that time of the year is when you're usually not running your pivot. And so we've talked about, guys might be looking at running their pivot around dry just to get that kind of information. And the costs for that they're not out of line. And so we're probably going to demo one or two of those this year. But we have their website, the Insights website, that we can show people while we're at the show and just show them what we're talking about. And it seems crazy that you're going to have cameras on your pivots, but and not everybody will.
Sure.
But I think it's something some people will utilize.
Yeah. Well, I know that it doesn't sound out of line anymore to be able to, run your pivot with your smartphone, but it wasn't that long ago you thought somebody was crazy when they were going to see if, make that work, and now it's pretty standard procedure, right? I mean, they don't have to drive out there all the time to check that pivot like once they usually had to make trips out however many times a day to make sure it wasn't, hung up somewhere.
Yeah, I think that, it's still important to go check your pivot, and everybody knows that. Their well dripper needs to be checked, and those kinds of things. But I just think as guys have found that the accuracy that they have with knowing what their pivot's doing and knowing that it's running when it's supposed to be running and knowing when it's off immediately so you can get it going.
Yeah.
So many of the pivots rely on the power company to run, and in the middle of summer they're running at night a lot of times, and so you kind of want to know what your problems are early on in that evening, and
right.
So first thing in the morning you can get to it, and that way you don't lose a couple of days, But I think guys are really, there's more and more, we're selling more and more of that every year.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's pretty fascinating, I think, to be able to use those technologies and, as you say, have those costs in line. Really, I'm assuming here that it's just all about getting the most out of your water, right? I mean, you mentioned inputs and costs and so forth to raise these crops. If you can be efficient with the use of your water, That's got to be a huge factor there.
Yeah, it costs money to pump water out of the ground, and if you can be efficient with that, and along with applying water accurately, there's so many, there is fertilizer being applied. There's different insect or herbicides being applied through pivots, and so I mean, if you're going to apply that stuff in a very accurate manner, which is what it's all about, I mean, it's going to come down to dollars and cents on the whole thing. I mean, you might as well be as efficient as you can be.
Yeah, we work with the agronomists out there on soil types and all of that sort of thing, where you can dial that in.
Yep.
Rather than the old days where you just poured it on and hope for the best, right?
Right. It just seemed like, the old adage was if it's throwing water, you're watering. But now they know exactly what their yields are and where their issues are, and that brings out shows a lot of problems, especially when you get a dry year. Any spot that's not watering correctly showed up.
Yeah, and we've had plenty of that lately. We don't know what to expect this year, but we do have this cover of snow on the ground, which makes calving a real pain, but it sure is going to help get us started here, I think, as far as the spring goes, hopefully.
Yeah, I think our local fire departments are probably pretty happy to see snow on the ground.
Yeah, no kidding. It won't get off to such a dry start. Well, all those things I'm sure will be talked about in one way or another at your gathering, and you do have reps there for them to talk to if they would like. No obligation, of course, and everybody's trying to glean information from one another, so that's a great opportunity to do that and have those conversations.
Yep.
So it's at Litchfield this Saturday, starting at 5, is that right?
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. You're going to have ribs and cheesy potatoes.
Pork sandwiches.
Oh, man. Ice cream.
Homemade ice cream, dessert. There might be a beverage or two.
So you betcha. Some door prizes. And
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, all right. Anything that we didn't ask you about that you wanted to mention?
No, I think we pretty well have it covered.
Good. Well,
I was hoping that you would have maybe a poem or something written up about irrigation, but
let's see. Let me see. Irrigation rhymes with irritation.
Yeah.
Go from there.
Oh no.
You may not have wanted to ask for that.
I won't go there, Todd. But I do appreciate you coming in and being on the breakfast show, and enjoy working with you. Looking forward to seeing you and everybody prosper this spring and this growing season. See if we can get a normal year in, right?
That's right. We're hoping for more of a normal weather pattern all
right.
the way through.
All right. Thanks a lot. Full Circle Irrigation here in Broken Bow out on East Highway 2. If you haven't stopped by that facility, do so. How you fixed on your rental? You had some rental space. Are you still you still have that left?
Yeah, we still have an office space, or we actually have 2 office spaces that could be rented, and they're available.
All right, still there, and it's a nice building. If you haven't been in the building, it's pretty slick. It's a pretty nice setup there. Nice shop, and then the offices are really, really nice. And then, of course, you have the original location in Litchfield where you're having the party this Saturday.
Yep.
All right, thanks, Todd.
Thank you.
We'll take a time out with these words on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
More time has been added to the winter clearance clock. There's still time to save at Bo Bootery on the square. Save 40% off winter merchandise like shoes, fashion boots, bear paws, snow boots for women and children, slippers, tights, leggings, and even socks. There's still winter weather left. Buy and use today or store for next winter. Either way, come and save with us at Bo Bootery, your home-owned shoe store in Broken Bow.
Is my farm completely insured? Am I covered when I drive my ATV from field to field? Do I have all locations I farm covered for liability? This is Chip with Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency. I have found over the years that most of us let our insurance policies renew year after year and never take the time to see if we are adequately protected. Let's sit down and review your coverage today. Call Nebraska Owners Insurance.
Charlie Crockett, I'm just a clown. A big thank you to Todd Wardeen for coming in from Full Circle Irrigation. And Todd's throwing a party, as you heard, in Litchfield at their facility there, right on Highway 2. And that starts at 5 p.m. this Saturday. And, of course, they've been doing this for a number of years. People love it. Food's great. Company's good. They have a good time. And you can ask some questions, as you heard Todd say. And plenty to talk about with Ben's business they have and Valley Pivots and the service and repair that they do. Just stop in if you're a producer out there in some way related to agriculture. They'd love to have you stop in and visit.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do want to address the situation that took place this past weekend as far as the budget goes. I know this probably most radio stations don't talk about such things on the air, but this was made public when I asked you to offer Mick Patch and Kurt Crawley 2 hot dogs each on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a little grief from that. Some of the emails I received and postings were not complimentary to yours truly. As a matter of fact,
they call you cheap?
Well, they didn't come out and say it, but they pretty much alluded to that fact. And they don't realize the benefit of hot dogs and how economically feasible they are to provide to a good team of wrestling analysis. And I did get a note from Pam Holcomb, I noticed, offered to upgrade from what I was offering because of the great job they said you did providing the information. So I'm going to go pencil things out later today in my office. I'm going to shut the door and really get the old lead pencil out, sharpen it up, and see what I can come up with for the state tournament in Omaha. I know of a couple places there that I might be able to send you to for your meals.
Okay.
They're cafeterias of sort, but I have some ideas to where maybe we can bring up the level just a little bit and stay within budget.
Okay.
I did like what you said on Saturday about we're only able to purchase hot dogs and provide coverage of a sporting event like the districts or state tournament because of the sponsors.
Yes.
And I did.
Yeah, we do appreciate that.
I like the way you added that in. It was pretty much a slam towards me, but I'm glad you thanked the sponsors.
Yeah, you're welcome. Well, we do thank them, not just for wrestling, but every sporting activity that we cover. We can't go out and do those things without great business support, and we have it. So thank you very much, businesses, for allowing us to go out and do what we do.
Yes, and with all the things we cover, we ask a lot. We ask, the girls ask our customers, multiple times during the year to sponsor different things, and our support here has just been phenomenal, and we don't want you to think that goes unnoticed. And I don't want you to think that I don't notice the job that you're doing and your cohorts are doing in covering these sports, and that's why I reward you as the very best I can.
Yeah, well, thanks, Dave.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah, we did get a lot of looks though when we were standing over at the water fountain, filling up a water bottle instead of just going to the concession stand and purchasing a bottle of water. So, yeah, we got a few looks there.
Well, not only did you save money for the company, you are more eco-friendly.
Well,
that way, because you don't throw away the plastic bottles; you reuse them.
Yeah,
and that's commendable.
Thanks, Dave.
All right, if you're traveling up and down the highway in your automobile, you certainly want to make sure that you have the coverage on your automobile that you need when you travel, or when somebody else is traveling towards you, because you never know what the other person is doing in their car anymore. And there's so many of these cars that have the smoked windows, the dark windows. We don't even know if they're actually looking at the road. It's hard to tell. You can't wave at anybody anymore because you can't see them. Now, that's a whole nother thing.
Okay.
The point we're trying to make here is let's make sure we have the insurance we need to protect ourselves, and also if we happen to run into somebody by accident, to protect us from financial liability. And you have to have insurance to a certain degree here in Nebraska to cover those things, but you also want to make sure you don't get a surprise when you go to the body shop, right?
Absolutely, yep. It is important to insure your home, your family, all of your possessions. Universal Insurance wants to remind business owners that it's important to insure your business. Make sure it's insured properly. You can ask Universal Insurance in Broken Bow about getting the right coverage. They have a wide knowledge base and catalog of information to help your business, from HR to OSHA availability to other features that will play a key role in your business success on the insurance side. Talk to Universal Insurance in Broken Bow today. Call 872-6438 or visit them at 940 South E Street.
All right, thank you very much. Todd had a request too before he's still here, but he requested Queen.
Yeah, I think he's a Queen fan, but he loves the song Radio Gaga.
We don't have that in our playlist. We probably should have on this World Radio Day, but we can round it up, I think, before the show's over.
Oh, good.
And I know the girls up at the courthouse enjoy that particular song as well.
Yeah.
So we'll see what we can do on
that. Now, when I think the first time Todd requested that, you for some reason you had your mind on Lady Gaga.
I did.
Todd, I don't know if Todd's a Lady Gaga fan, but he does like the song Radio Gaga.
Yes, I got confused on that, and I very seldom get confused.
Yeah.
I very seldom lie either. So.
Yeah.
Hey, let's talk a little bit about Valentine's Day. We got these beautiful decorations that Kristen has put up here in the
that's
studio.
tomorrow, isn't it?
Yes, tomorrow is the 14th of February. That means yes. And I know, cards, flowers, all those sorts of things, candy, they'll all come into play, but just going out and having a nice time can really fill the bill. And, a little bit of romance with that. And, nobody has to cook, whether the guy cooks or the gal cooks. Doesn't matter. Neither one would have to if you went to the Den Bar and Grill.
Yeah. I have always wanted to go to the Den. I've heard some great things about this place. Have you been to the Den? This is in Hazard.
I've actually very curious about it and driven into town, and it happened to be closed when Joan and I went there, because I am like you. I want to go inside the Den.
Yeah, I've heard great things about it. And when you're looking for a great time and delicious food paired with the perfect small town atmosphere, look toward the Den Bar and Grill in Hazard. And they are offering some great options for Valentine's dinner this Tuesday evening. Here's a list of their entrees, and I'm going to read the prices because this is very reasonable for what they're offering.
All right.
Entrees, prime rib, $28. Grilled shrimp, $18. Chicken Alfredo, $16. Served with your choice of potato, side salad, and dinner roll. And offering dessert as well. Cheesecake, you can add caramel, chocolate, or strawberries to it, and chocolate cake. Those are your desserts. Reservations are encouraged. So if you want to head over to the Den in Hazard for Valentine's, give them a call at 308-745-4617. I'll give you the number again, 308-745-4617. You can follow them on Facebook at the Den Bar and Grill in Hazard. But they're offering a great option for Valentine's dinner at the Den in Hazard. Enjoy prime rib, grilled shrimp, or chicken Alfredo this Valentine's at the Den.
Yeah, I think stopping in there anytime would be fun, but Valentine's especially. Well, maybe you guys could pull in there sometime and eat at the Den as you're traveling down Highway 2 for sporting events.
Yeah.
Check it out.
You going to pick up the tab?
Well, we could discuss that at another
okay.
time. I don't want to go that far. I mean, you could let me know what the bill is, and we could maybe split it.
Yeah, the Den might serve I bet the Den would serve a tasty hot dog.
Oh, I bet they would too. A little ketchup on it and mustard for an extra price. We'll take a time out. We're going to continue with our food theme, I believe, after these words.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
It's the best start to my day.
We've got spirit, yes we do. We've got spirit, how about you? Here at Nebraska State Bank, we've got school spirit. Introducing mascot debit cards from Nebraska State Bank. Now you can go to your local NSB branch and request a new debit card for your favorite high school team. The Broken Bow Indians, South Loop Bobcats, or Anselmo debit cards are available by instant issue. You'll only pay $10, and the entire amount will be passed along to your school. It's a win-win situation, right? Take your school pride to the next level at Nebraska State Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Are prairie dogs wreaking havoc in your pastures? Then get rid of them with Rosol from Aeroseed. Rosol is a restricted use pesticide approved for use on prairie dogs by licensed pesticide applicators between October 1st and March 15th. Rosol is an easy-to-use bait that provides excellent acceptance, has superior weatherability, and proven reliability. To learn more about Rosol, call or stop by Aeroseed in Broken Bow today.
Gary's Superfoods is proud to be your hometown grocery store, offering big game day savings all week long. 85% lean ground beef in a 10-pound tube, $3.69 a pound. Or boneless beef chuck roast or top sirloin steak, $6.99 a pound. In the produce section, grab some large avocados for 79 cents each, or a pint of blueberries or blackberries at 2 for $4. Make sure to cut out their coupon to save even more on select products. Gary's Superfoods, open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., South B Street in Broken Bow.
20 minutes before the hour, Brian is here from, I want to make sure I get it right, because I have trouble sometimes. I have trouble with Tiffany. The word Tiffany bothers me. I get off on Fox Theater.
Oh, okay.
And I want to get make sure I'm talking Runza here.
Yeah.
I'm okay, aren't I?
I think so.
I stayed up pretty late last night. I'm a little confused.
You got it right, I think. Yeah.
How you been?
Oh, wonderful. How are you guys this morning?
Good. We were talking about Valentine's Day and whether we get flowers, cards, chocolate, food. I guess we could do all of those, couldn't we?
I guess whatever makes your Valentine's heart throb the most is what you got to do.
Hey, man, listen. Valentine's Day lands on Temperature Tuesday. Come on now.
Oh, that's right.
It's time to take the loved one out to Runza on Valentine's Day.
Ooh.
I've been listening for a while this morning, and tighter than 2 coats of paint come to mind as I listen to you guys visit. I'm surprised. Just a couple things on your earlier commentary.
Yes.
For those people that want to disregard the quality of a hot dog.
I don't disqualify the quality of. I love the hot dog.
Okay.
I'm almost a hot dog connoisseur. I love hot dogs.
I am thinking for state wrestling. Mm-hmm. You could probably get a few pigs in a blanket. Now the hot dog conversation has changed a little, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
Yes, it has.
Now, the big question for Dave is, will he let me make it a chili cheese pig? Because I love those things.
That sounds like a staff meeting in its own, that you guys will have to really crunch a budget, get your pencil out, and, find out if that'll work. I can't be involved in that part of it. All I can do is make it amazing, fresh dough-wrapped hot dog.
Yeah. And the dough wrapped is kind of key there, isn't it? I mean,
yeah, it's the same. We make those fresh, just like our Runzas. Fresh dough that morning, and roll them out, and it's different than a corn. People think they're a corn dog. They're not a corn dog. They are a pig in a blanket. Yeah, and it's a nice warm blanket.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Brian, but Broken Bow is kind of one of the very few, maybe you're the only one, that does the pig in a blanket thing. Am I right on that?
Runs a rumor has it there's one other store. I think it might be Norfolk, but I could sure be wrong on that. But yeah, we're mavericks there.
Yeah. Well, it shows you how popular they are.
Absolutely.
I know a lot of people show up on Wednesday just to get one.
Yeah, for sure. So for you people that'll forget Valentine's Day on Tuesday and not get a Temperature Tuesday Runza meal, make up with it for a pig in a blanket on Wednesdays, which are the only days we offer them.
That's on Wednesday.
Yep. So
definitely. So that will work out really good this week, because Wednesday.
Well, we're leaving Wednesday.
You're leaving Wednesday. You guys could load up on dogs and head to Omaha and have all your meals fulfilled the whole weekend.
Oh, this is your idea. Get some for the whole trip and then warm them up in the microwave?
Yes.
That's your idea?
They'll
Oh,
freeze.
wow.
They'll freeze well.
You can freeze them up.
Yeah.
In fact, I would recommend we get a order in for, I don't know, 2 dozen frozen, and you can put them in a cooler, and then when you get to Omaha, you get a room with a microwave in it. You guys can, really have a spread there in your rooms.
Wow.
You get them sharing a room, don't you?
Well, I'd like them to share. Yeah, they tend to want to have their own beds. I don't, I'd like to get them, like bunk beds
He
or
wants
something.
3 guys to stay in one room with one bed. That's what he wants. Yeah, not happening.
Dave, you're not arguing that point at all.
And he only wants it to be a double bed. That's where I draw the line.
Yeah,
No
well,
way.
I guess there's a bathtub, and you get one of them roll-out cots. I don't see what the problem is.
No, I
there.
don't see either. And I told him the other day, rotate like a hot dog does on a, one of those rotating things. 2 hours in the bed, and then you rotate. The other person takes the couch, and you rotate through the evening. Save a lot of money.
Yeah. Oh boy.
So
how you guys been?
We're good. We're good. We're good. Brent's on this run where he's going to be on fumes here by the end of the month and going into March. But hopefully we'll have a bunch of basketball teams going down to play at state. And boy, oh boy, I don't know if you're a wrestling fan, but this weekend was phenomenal for area wrestlers. There are going to be a lot of guys going down and
I listened to quite a bit, and I've been a wrestling fan for some time. Be a lot of Ford County cars down there.
There will.
It sounds like, and surrounding areas. But that's a pretty neat deal.
Now, when people are traveling to and from all these sub-districts and boys and girls, and it all happens kind of at one time, they're probably going to be pulling in and picking up some good food at runs, I would think, as they travel, or walk in, sit down for a little bit, take a break.
Yeah, we see a lot of that traffic come through Broken Bow. Obviously, it's the larger hub of the where we're at. We're hour from any other runs, let alone towns with fast food. Just about, I would say, about in every direction. Yeah. So we see quite a bit of that traffic going to and from, and sure appreciate when they stop in. Yeah, and kudos to you guys through the pandemic and all of the things that took place the last few years. The only time, I think you've mentioned this before, the only time that the actual dining area was closed is when it was mandatory, I think. Other than that, you guys have always been able to pull it off and have it open, and now certainly you're kind of back to normal, and some places haven't been able to pull that off yet. Yeah, that's the way I understand it. I came after the lobby was open, but according to Kevin and Joyce and the staff, the day they said they could unlock the doors, they were unlocked, and our staff was eager to get back to work, and it was a testament to how that business is ran and the employees that work there, for sure. You bet. Well, I know we'd like to look forward maybe a little bit too much because we're thinking about spring and all that sort of thing, but you know what? Easter will be here before you know it, and usually you guys pull out the fish sandwiches here pretty soon. When's that going to happen? That will start the day after tomorrow. Oh, geez. Wow. Yeah, we're going to start the fish sandwich offering a week ahead of Ash Wednesday. We'll do that this Wednesday. In addition to the fish sandwiches on Fridays, we will the fish sandwiches will be on the menu every day of the week all the way through Easter, and then on Fridays we'll offer another. We'll have clam chowder as another offering for soup. So, all right. Yeah, boy, great news. It is. Yeah. Now, do you like fish sandwiches with the cheese on it or without cheese? There are very few meals out there that I don't think are enhanced by cheese. I'm a cheese guy. Yeah. Yep. All different types of cheese. My fish sandwich has cheese. Yeah, I'm a cheese guy. And a lot of times on a burger even, I might double cheese it. Yeah. I might put a slice of American and pepper jack on there. I've been on the spicy jack kick here lately.
No, those are good.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. Yep. Now, Brian, if you really want to enhance a hamburger, go with some Velveeta.
Yeah,
that's real cheese.
Well, that's fine, Dave. to each their own.
You handled that.
He's
very
really good.
professionally.
Yeah, Velveeta's really good on macaroni and cheese. That's the best place for it.
Okay.
I can talk to Kevin and Joyce and see if we can get your own little Velveeta
little side dish.
counter in there. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
The thing about fish sandwiches, and I think we've talked about this before, Joyce usually would bring this up. You don't have to have the bread if you don't want to. You can just have the fillet, which is a really good sized fillet.
Yeah, that's something that you can do with any of our sandwiches that we offer. We keep some containers back there and make quite a few burgers that are ordered with no bun for people that are carb conscientious. So yeah, you can do that with the fish fillet or any of our burgers, actually.
That's good.
Any of our sandwiches. Yeah.
Every once in a while, it's nice just to have a hamburger plain without bread, I think, or maybe a little pickle on the side.
It allows me to double the meat when I take away the bread. So
there you go. A lot of people will be with you on that.
Yeah.
So Temperature Tuesday tomorrow.
Yep.
And
then 2 more of them.
2 more to go.
Yep. We'll have 3 more. The 28th of February is the obviously the last day of February, but the last Tuesday of the month. So we've got the 13th, the 14th, the 21st, 28th. 3 more Tuesdays for Temperature Tuesday. I think tomorrow they're forecasting that our cost is going to be between 23 and 30 cents. So, we've talked about that before as well. We'll sell some extra runses. Don't get me wrong, but probably about half as many as we do when it's 0.
You had the 0 a while back. I'm sure. Were you busy that day?
We sold a few runses. Yeah. Actually, our busiest Temperature Tuesday this year so far has been. The storm came on Wednesday. The big storm did. And I think everybody made it to town on Tuesday and got loaded up and got ready to hunker down. And so that Tuesday was pretty big. And it wasn't all that cold, but people were in town for sure.
There's something about a storm we want to kind of, get that food going, don't we?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. How about your help situation? I know that things have gotten a little better generally as far as getting good employees in place. Are you still looking?
Yeah, we still got our hiring sign up. We're still offering a hiring bonus. We are right now looking for, we've got a lot of our shifts filled or a lot of our positions filled. We're kind of looking for still an assistant, a shift supervisor, part of the management team. I do have a couple of candidates that have been hired here lately that may work into that. But we're sitting pretty good, knock on wood here a little bit. But we'll always take applications. It's just never a problem to have too much good help.
That's true.
Yeah.
And in this particular industry, a particular business, it just takes a lot of people because you got the 7 days a week going on. Your hours are, mid-morning to what you close at.
We close at 9:30 at night in the drive-through.
9:30.
Yep. Yeah.
So
we usually get people out of there, by 10:30 at night. But we've got to get people there at 7 o'clock in the morning to get the day started.
There you go.
When you make a couple hundred runs a day in fresh dough and wrapped, it's labor intensive. Our salads come with fresh lettuce, and we rinse it and mix it with spinach. It's not a pre-made mix that just falls into a bowl somewhere. There's just a lot of prep that goes into fresh quality food.
Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
What you guys do the fresh parts so great. That's why the hamburgers are so good. Not frozen and
never frozen. Yeah.
All right. Anything that you wanted to talk about that we didn't bring up during this set?
No, I really hope for your lady's sake that you get rid of the tightwadness for Valentine's Day. I'm sure they're accustomed to your ways, but I mean, just step out of the box a little bit here.
Well, Brian, I hate that you use the word tightwad. That bothers me a little bit. Could you just call me frugal or conservative?
tightwad was a nice part of what I mean, that was a nicer version of what I was going to say, Dave. So I'll just take that as a thank you from you.
I kind of take offense to that because I've already told my wife that I would allow her to get cheese on her Runza tomorrow during Temperature Tuesday.
And my point is proven again.
Radio guys are tightwads.
Well, gotcha.
It's always good to have you in. Appreciate your business and what you guys do here in town to have a place that has those 7-day-a-week hours and be able to pull through, either go inside or pull through and get something to eat, and always a friendly face at the window or inside. I think people really appreciate the fact that you have a lot of positivity in that building, and it shows.
It shows. You feel it working there. Our customer base is always appreciative and says thank you. The cleanliness that goes in what I feel our restaurant has. Our customers leave their table and they wipe it off and they push their chairs in. I mean, it's almost kind of a contagious deal where, they don't want to be the messy person that ate in the lobby type of thing. And so, the friendliness and hardworking staff, friendliness of our staff and the effort they put in to keep that place up and going the way that they do is just I'm so proud of them. Our customer base is great. I helped some people last night that were on their way back to South Dakota. They were having trouble picking out something on the menu, and I says, "Have you been to a Runza before?" And oh yeah, we were just at this one on our way through town the other day, and it was so good we thought we'd better stop on our way home.
That's
so
great.
Things like that tell me that if it ain't, it worked for them well enough that they didn't want to go somewhere else. They planned their travel home around stopping in Broken Bow. So those things speak a lot to us.
They do.
Yeah,
that's huge, because if somebody were so happy about what they received the first time and they come back right away,
it speaks volumes.
That's it right there.
Absolutely.
Right. Well, sometimes, Brian, let's get together and you can buy me dinner.
You act like I'm in the radio business and I've just got money rolling out of my ears here. So, all right. Well, happy Valentine's Day to you guys and yours, and happy Valentine's Day to my curly-headed friend too. So
good.
Yep.
I'm glad you did that.
Hopefully she's listening.
I hope so.
All right.
Thank you, sir. We'll take a time out with these words.
At the Callaway Good Life Center, their hometown facility offers the security and comfort of a small town with the advantages of city living. They offer speech, occupational, and physical therapy for their residents. Visit CallawayGoodLife.com for more information.
Hello, cattlemen. This is J.W. Simonson, Minard Simonson Angus, inviting you to our Sandhill Source Angus Bull Sale, February 18th at the ranch near Dunning. Sandhill Source is a joint venture with Drew and Morgan Feller with Feller Ranch Company. They're excited to carry on the Barstow Angus legacy. In the offering will be 150 bulls with large sire groups out of 2 Sandhills proven herds. To view the catalog and video, go to sandhillsource.com or check us out on Facebook.
Celebrate Valentine's Day with Grazer's Bar and Grill in Arnold. Make your reservation for 5 p.m., 6:30, or 8 p.m. that day to enjoy your choice of shrimp Alfredo soup and salad bar or a dinner for 2 that includes a heart-shaped ribeye, twice-baked potato, soup, and salad bar, plus 2 drinks and a dessert. It's the season of love at Grazer's Bar and Grill in Arnold. Call and get your reservation in today at 308-848-2900 before they're all sold out. Grazer's Bar and Grill in Arnold, where good friends meet this Valentine's Day.
That's brand new music from Myron Elkins. I believe he's 21 or 22 years old and making a dent out there. Hands to Myself is the name of that cut. We're going to take a time out. When we come back, we have some news for you. More guests next half hour. Stay tuned.
There are many good reasons to pre-select your family memorial. During the months of January and February, Palmer Monument Company is giving you one more good reason. Their annual winter sale. Come and see them today with the coupon from the newspaper and receive additional savings off their already reduced prices.
Hi, this is Chris Smith with the Palmer Monument Company. It's our goal to assist you in selecting the memorial that best fits your family needs. And with our sale, we'll save you money too.
During the annual winter sale at Palmer Monument Company in Lexington and Broken Bow.
Love is in the air at Barney Health Mart. If you love savings, go and see them just off the square. Right now, 20% is marked off of jewelry, of course, including beautiful Montana silversmith pieces. You can't have Valentine's Day without chocolate. Russell Stover and Baker's chocolates are marked 10% off. Barney Health Mart, downtown Broken Bow. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Is winter weather and the fear of falling keeping you indoors for the season? Don't fall. Give Pearson's a call. Poor balance and falls can diminish your ability to lead an active and independent life, but you don't have to accept them as a consequence of aging. Pearson Physical Therapy has been helping their patients stay on their feet and take back their independence through individualized balance training programs. Reduce your chance for falls and regain your confidence this winter by calling 308-872-5800 for a free fall risk assessment with one of our therapists. That's Pearson Physical Therapy at 872-5800 in Broken Bow.
They're all the rage. Bardominiums, Schausses, whatever you call them. Ansley Lumber and Supply offers everything you need to construct your own pole building, post frame building, or barn. They have exclusive access to interactive visualizers, 3D designers, and a price estimator. This means you know what your project will look like and approximately what it will cost. The best part? The whole complete package can be dropped to your site with everything you need. Get your dream home started on Main Street in Ansley at Ansley Lumber and Supply.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. The Chiefs staged a last-minute turnaround to beat the Eagles 38-35 at the Super Bowl. Kansas City linebacker Nick Bolton tells CBS about that fumble he scooped up before he ran for a touchdown.
I just kind of saw the ball come off his leg. I kind of kicked it, and I just ran after it, man. I got a good bounce, man. And after that, it's just kind of like middle school. I just pick it up, trying to score as quick as you can. I got a good block from my guy Mike, and, man, I was just into the end zone after that.
Something new shot down from the sky over or near the U.S. CBS's Ed O'Keefe.
The fourth object was shot down by an F-16 over Lake Huron Sunday. It was first detected Saturday over Montana.
First, a Chinese spy balloon off South Carolina. The death toll in the earthquakes in Turkey and Syria's topped 35,000. UN Special Envoy Geir Pedersen, after an aid convoy trying to cross into rebel-held territory, was canceled.
The UN humanitarian family will do whatever they can to reach out to everyone that needs support.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Nick Cope.
The Kansas City Chiefs are Super Bowl champions for the second time in the last 4 years and for the third time in franchise history as they erased a 10-point halftime deficit for a 38-35 win in Super Bowl 57. Harrison Butker hit the go-ahead field goal with 8 seconds left. Patrick Mahomes picking up his second Super Bowl MVP honor. He joins Tom Brady and Joe Montana as the only players in NFL history to win multiple regular season MVPs and multiple Super Bowl MVPs. For Philly, quarterback Jalen Hurts says the game was not defined by one play.
I don't think this game is defined by one play throughout the game, one call, whatever it was. You know, I'm big on self-reflection and reflecting on the things that I could have done better.
In golf, Scottie Scheffler won the Phoenix Open, finishing with a 2-shot lead at 19 under. He reclaims the #1 ranking in the world.
Here's your weatherology forecast. High temperatures approaching 50 degrees for today. We'll see lots of sunshine. Then for tonight, we'll have partly to mostly cloudy skies, breezy south winds, a low of 31. For Tuesday, we'll have some light snow to start, then changing over to rain into the afternoon with highs up to 42. We'll have our winds becoming gusty, turning to the northwest, increasing to 20 to 30. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Caro.
News and weather was brought to you today by Custer Electric and Irrigation in Broken Bow. Custer Electric and Irrigation, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer, has the offerings you're looking for this winter to prepare for next year. As you know, every season brings new focuses. Here are theirs right now. Specials on driveline conversions, sprinkler packages, and winter maintenance specials, to name a few. If you've worked with Custer Electric and Irrigation in the past, you know that they want to get you taken care of the right way at the best price possible. They encourage you to get the work you need done scheduled as soon as possible because prices are rapidly increasing for a lot of supplies. Plus, that schedule book can only get so full. Don't forget licensed electrical work you might need done too on ag, commercial, and residential applications. Ask for a free quote. Custer Electric and Irrigation, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer in Broken Bow, serving the whole area with electrical, agricultural, and commercial services. Call today at 872-7786. Follow them on Facebook or visit custerei.com. Custer Electric and Irrigation. Experience the difference.
29 degrees under a sunny sky here at Broken Bow, Nebraska. You're listening to the Breakfast Show on a Monday. And I'm just going to turn things over to Mr. Brent Apperson. I know he's a real estate expert, so...
What? Well, I've got something better. We have a real estate expert with us. So let's talk to her. Kirsten is here from Ideal Realty in Broken Bow. Welcome.
Hello.
It's been a while since we visited with you.
It has been. It's been a few months, I think.
Yeah.
Since I've made it into the studio. So very excited to be here.
Glad you're here.
Well, it's great to have you here. I know that, here we're in the winter time. We've had some storms, We've had the interest rates are, when you think about interest rates on a whole, really they're not bad.
No, they're really not.
But compared to where they were at one time when they were historically low, they've come up a little bit. And I'm sure that affects, obviously, the real estate industry, too.
It sure
just
does.
a couple of those factors.
Yep, everything is a cycle, just like the market is a cycle itself, and it kind of goes in a circle, essentially. And right now, we're still sitting at a decent interest rate, in all honesty. I want to say in the last 50 years, the average was 7.7%. So we're still sitting below that average for a majority of buyers out there. If you've got a decent credit score, you're still getting below that 50-year average, which is good. We're not seeing those astronomically crazy interest rates like we had in the past, in the 80s, 90s, somewhere right in that area. There were some crazy interest rates back then.
Yes, there were, Well, it always fluctuates. And I know that obviously is something you guys always pay very close attention to because it does affect you and your business, I'm sure.
It sure does. And it pays to study the history of stuff like that because, like I said, it's a cycle. It's usually something that happens over and over again. But we're still sitting at that 5-ish percent, 6% is what most people are getting. So we're still sitting below that average. Things are starting to pick up a little bit here. We're looking into maybe seeing spring soon.
Oh, yeah.
We hope so.
What, is it supposed to be 48 today? Was that the high?
I think so.
Near 50 possible, and then I think Sunday's going to be 50. So we got a little bump in the road maybe Wednesday going into Thursday, but really for this time of year,
not too bad. Yes. So starting to pick up. We do still have a few listings that eventually I would like to go over, but we're starting to pick up and things are starting to move a little bit again. So it's definitely a good time to get out. If you're eyeballing a listing right now that we do have, we are getting a few more calls. So
good. Do you want to run down listings now or you want to talk about something else first?
No, if we could go over a few listings real quick, that would be awesome. And I'll just touch on them. We've got 935 North 11th Avenue. This is a great property on a corner lot, move-in ready. Great master suite upstairs, updated tile in the bathroom up there. It's a gorgeous bathroom. Main level has 2 bedrooms and a 3/4 bath, and then a nice basement for storage area. Very clean, tall ceilings, just an open concept area down there that is more like a storage type, and a 2-stall attached garage. So this one is sitting at $159.9, very reasonable. Quite a bit of space, sitting at about 2,500 square foot up and down. So take a look at that one on our website, goidealrealty.com. And the next one I wanted to touch on is 410 Webster Avenue. This is a great ranch-style home, 2-stall attached garage, great curb appeal. I love the looks of this one from the curb. 4-bedroom, 2-bath. It's got lots of living space on the main level, great basement space, a large backyard. This one would be a great property. Just get out there, take a look at it, 410 Webster Ave, and it's sitting at $224,900. If you're interested, I would be happy to assist you on a buyer's agency. And the last one I would like to touch on is 1505 South B Street. And this one is also here in Broken Bow. It's a 5-bedroom, 2-bath with a 1-stall attached garage. This one's over there by Tomahawk Park.
Okay.
So pretty good location. You're right there across from the park. A little bit of space out front for a yard. That would be kind of your yard, the Tomahawk Park.
Yeah, there you go.
That'd be nice.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah, 5 bedrooms would be nice too.
Yeah, no kidding. So lots of space in this one, some updates. It's got kind of a rustic feel when you walk in, a pallet wall. So it's got some really nice features. Take a look at that one, and it is very reasonably priced at $139,900.
With that interest rate subject that Brent brought up, does this kind of make it a little bit more important to make those houses really presentable? I mean, does it change anything there? I mean, you guys have always went over what needs to be kind of done as far as maybe neutral colors and make sure you don't have something that doesn't look attractive. Does that kind of call for a little more of that?
Yeah, so how we like to put it is maybe a year ago, 2 years ago, we were in a seller's market. It was a strong seller's market. You could get your house sold fairly easily. You didn't have to do much, and you threw it out there on the market, and you were getting offers next day, next 2 days. You were getting offers out there. When it circles around to changing to a buyer's market, you do have to do a little bit more staging, a little bit more trying to get your home sold. And when you do those things, sometimes it's as small as touch-up paint on your trim, cleaning your trim. Maybe you've got a broken light switch plate here, or just the small things. The smallest things add up in a buyer's mind. And if you can knock those small things off the list before you even put it on the market, that is really going to just give you a step ahead of every other listing on the market.
Yeah, broken curtain rod or something simple like that would help. And I don't think people, you already know that they're probably going to change some things once they move in because everybody has different tastes.
Exactly.
But they don't want to have to fix a bunch of things,
exactly.
Right?
Yeah, even if it's something small, a light fixture, those are simple things, pretty easy to get somebody in there. If you're handy, you can do it yourself as an owner. As a homeowner, you can do it yourself. Small things like that can make a big difference. If you've got a really dated light fixture, grab a new one. It can spruce up the area really, really quickly and make it look very updated with something so simple.
As a realtor, what type of properties are you thinking will move right now? I mean, you had some nice listings there.
Yes.
And the actual price on those sounded, reasonable as well.
For sure.
What are you kind of looking for people out there thinking maybe I do need to move this property? We want to downsize or upsize or what kind of properties really in your mind sell good right now?
So the number one things buyers look at is move-in ready. So move-in ready can mean all those small things, or maybe it's, that carpet in that room, we're going to have to tear that out before we can move into that room. So that's another thing that's just going to add up in a buyer's mind. So move-in ready is one of the top tier ones. People want to be able to move into their new house. They want it sparkling clean. They want it ready to go, which I understand. It's very exciting. Getting your first house, getting your second house, moving. It's a very exciting process, and you want to be able to get into that new home as quickly as possible on closing day. But that's obviously the top tier, move-in ready. Second, I would say, it's hard to say. I mean, probably.
I was wondering about bedrooms,
Yeah.
I use our house for an example. It's a big old house, but it really doesn't have very many bedrooms in it. And, if you have guests over, sometimes might have to put them up in the hotel rather than have them come in, even though you got this big house. So I think people are in the back of their minds always want a spare bedroom, don't they?
Yes, spare bedrooms. And a spare bathroom.
Yeah.
Bathrooms are a big deal as well, especially when it comes to families and having more than one person in a house. Bathrooms are a big deal. Spare bedrooms. I would say a spare bedroom isn't quite as prevalent as having 2 bathrooms.
Okay.
So if you're looking at remodeling eventually and you're thinking equity and you're thinking that sort of way, bathrooms typically pay off 99% of the time. You're going to pay off on those.
Can I dive into the weeds just a little deeper on that?
Yeah, what do we got?
Okay, so in a bathroom, if you have a place that you can add that bathroom, do you go with a shower or a bathtub?
You know, it really depends what you're looking at and what you have in your other bathrooms.
Okay.
I would say people do like having a tub, at least one tub in the house. So if you already do have one tub and you just want to add a 3/4 and make it a shower, a stool, and a sink, you're good to go on that. And it's usually, we still have that other one with the tub.
That makes sense.
So I would say if you can get at least one tub in a house, it's usually kind of a good point that people look at and say, okay, we're good to go. We've got one, whether it's somebody that likes to soak or someone that, all the things.
You always have those conversations with people that you know pretty well. Which do you prefer, taking a bath or a shower? And at our house, it's divided. My wife she just really doesn't like to take a shower at all. She likes the bathtub.
Bathtub, yeah.
I like the shower because you can wash your hair, rinse off, and you're good to go.
Yeah, you're good to go. Nope. It's really a preference thing, and it's hard saying. I'm sure there's studies out there about whether you like taking a bath or a shower.
There's always studies out there. I love studies.
Yes, but that makes sense. So if you have a bathroom already with the tub in it,
yeah.
Or I guess there's also the combination shower and tub, but there's also those nice walk-in showers.
Exactly,
now,
you
too.
could opt for a nice walk-in shower, or if you've got a small space, they make some really nice stand-up, larger showers that are a little bit more spacious than the old traditional ones you used to see.
Yeah. Well, I think those are things to think about. And like you say, when the market's kind of turned around a little bit from what it was 2 years ago, those things are, worth thinking about.
They really are.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's always a good idea to look at those things as a perspective, even if you're not looking at selling today or tomorrow or even next year. Something as simple as adding one half bath even can have a profound effect on either getting your house sold, maybe getting a little bit more out of it, whether you're in a time crunch, keeping your time limit down, stuff like that. Just keeping on top of those projects is what I'm trying to say as well.
Yeah, it's a lot more to it than you really think about on the surface. Isn't
it is.
Yeah.
It is. Home ownership is a beautiful thing, and I absolutely love advocating for it because you're building equity. It's a great tool to help with your credit score. If you're young, you're building your credit score. Having a loan on a home and being consistent on that is a great way to do it too. So,
yeah. And for us folks on the other end of that, we do need to start thinking about someday we're going to have to sell this house for whatever the reason.
Exactly.
being.
Yep.
And so if we're going to do something in that house, we should have in our back of our minds what might make it sell better when that time comes, right?
Yep. Whether it's, that carpet's getting pretty dingy, which carpet has a life allowance about like everything in a home. You just got to look into those things and think and allocate funds for projects like this as well.
What do you think of the trend now with the flooring? The flooring trend has changed dramatically.
Yes.
In I don't know how many years, but you see so many houses shown. If you're watching the flip shows on TV and some of the things, and I'm betting maybe you do, you'll see the whole house with the flooring that is the lock flooring or
that plank.
Doesn't have carpet in it, right?
Yeah.
In some cases.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of that vinyl plank, which is, personally, I love it. Again, it's another, you can have an opinion on it. But I personally love it. It's very durable. Whether you've got pets, children, it's very durable, easy to clean.
Yeah.
They do last for a while. You can get 25-year ones. It really depends on what grade you go with. They offer all sorts of grades and warranties and stuff like that. But to me, I really like it because if you do want a soft area, you can get yourself a nice big rug
Right.
You could change that out in the years to come, and it's not a huge deal. It's not tearing out carpet. It's, we're just going to get a new rug.
Yeah, it's a little easier
yeah.
that way. And,
No.
and the open kitchens with the living room and the kitchen open together is more popular than
Yes.
than it ever was, which really does make it nice.
It is. It's nice for entertaining.
Yeah.
It's nice logistically when you're cooking. If you've got more than one person in there, having that open space is really, really helpful. So.
Yeah, and they can be sitting at the dining room table and talking to the person in the kitchen, like if you have guests over
Yeah.
again. Yeah. Otherwise, those are some of the things that you're bringing up that can be thought about if you're making improvements. Maybe you prefer a bathtub, but you want to have a shower.
Yeah.
Maybe you prefer a good old-fashioned kitchen where you have a pantry off to the side. I mean, those are all
Yes.
decisions that you can make, but you're going to find the right person who walks in and likes that particular style or method.
Yes. And another thing, now that you say pantry, storage space.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's a big one for everybody. If you're like me, you don't realize how much you can accumulate in 2 years.
Oh, gosh. Yes. I think we all feel that. And to prove your point, look how many storage facilities there are in all sizes
Yes.
of communities, because we all have so much stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah, so storage space is another big option if you're opting to do a renovation and taking out some storage space. Make sure to reallocate that somewhere else. Find somewhere to keep adding storage space to.
That makes sense.
It's a big one.
Maybe some steps up to the attic in the garage or something.
Yes, something.
Yeah. That's really interesting, and I'm glad that we talked about those things, because they are things that you can plan, and it doesn't have to be done right away. If you're planning on selling down the road, or if you planning on selling right away, you maybe get in there and do some of those things right away. But mostly what you're saying is make sure it's clean. There's not a lot of things to fix, and you'll have a better shot.
Exactly. Yep. Clean, move-in ready. I always like to tell people, make it feel like it's almost either an Airbnb, a hotel room, something like that, where you can come in, throw your things, and you kind of feel, okay, I can relax here. That's what you want it to feel like when your buyers walk into a house.
Okay. And if you're looking and you make a call to Ideal Realty, you can say, we're kind of looking for something in, 4-bedroom.
Yes.
We want both a 2 baths. We would like to find something with an open kitchen if possible. I mean, those are all conversations I bet you have a lot.
Yeah, for sure. So that actually kind of leads into something I wanted to touch on today.
Okay.
Which was 3 common types of agency, which is what we're talking about a little bit, buyer's agency. So when a buyer walks in and says, I want this house, and this is what I'm looking for, that's when we can start to represent you as a buyer. And that's when we would try to sit down and go over what you're looking for in the house. Like you're saying, maybe you want 4 bedrooms, maybe you want 2 bathrooms, you really, really want a fenced-in yard, but if you don't, it's okay. And we go over those sort of things with you and sit down and find those properties for you. And when it comes to markets like Broken Bow, it may take a little bit of time, but we will find you what you're looking for. But the 3 common types of agency are obviously the buyer. So you walk in and you're the buyer, the seller, and then customer. As a buyer, obviously, we would represent you on your side only. And then the seller's agent represents the seller only. And as a customer, you would not be represented.
I see.
So you wouldn't have somebody necessarily working for you in your best interest. So when you sign as a customer, that's what that means is essentially you're not their client. They will do the paperwork. They will help you through the process of the paperwork, but they are working for somebody else in the transaction.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
That does, and it's good that you define those, because a lot of us don't think about that either.
Yeah, it's kind of a sticky situation that you don't think about every day if you're not in real estate. But yeah, having a buyer's agent, there's just so many good things that come out of it. Obviously, we help you find your home to begin with. We can negotiate, which is a huge deal. Having an agent negotiate on your side of things is really a really great thing to have, because essentially a good example of this is, say you are a customer and you walk into a house and the seller's agent is showing you. So you're not represented, correct? And you say, oh my gosh, I absolutely love this house. It has all the storage. It has the 2 bathrooms that I want. It's got the backyard. It's got everything. That seller's agent now knows that you want that house.
Yeah. And so the price is going to stay pretty steady then.
Yes,
right?
yeah. So you get what I'm getting at. Your
Yes.
negotiating power just, you just lost it.
And a lot of us, quite honestly, I think the listener out there might agree, don't really like negotiating anyway, right?
No, it's definitely an art.
Yeah.
And it's good to have the separation. That's what I like to tell people. It's good to have the separation in the process because homes are emotional. It's where we go home for the night. We kick our boots off. We hang out. We can be ourselves. It's home. It's an emotional process, and that's a good thing to always separate emotions.
Yeah. Well, I mean, after all, we always say, man, I just want to go home.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes, you want to go home.
Yeah.
So yes, it always is good to have that separation, have a buyer's agent that is working for you, negotiating for you, advocating for you through the process rather than signing as that customer only. So.
All right. Well, this has been fun. I always think, well, what are we going to talk about today when we talk about real estate? And there's always more to it than we think. So thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
There is a lot to real estate, and that's why we're here for you.
Yep. Ideal Realty, located downtown Broken Bow. Be sure and check out the website.
Yeah, that's goidealrealty.com. We've got an awesome set of tools on there. If you're a buyer, we have a dream home finder. You can put all of your information in there if you like, and it sends it right to us. And then we can start the search for you, looking for homes and trying to match you with the fitting home. That's a great tool we have there. We also have tools as to mortgage calculators, get you a good idea of what your payment would be for X amount house with taxes and insurance. You always got to add those in, but there's some real, we love it.
Yes.
Taxes.
But you do have an idea then before you go see your lender.
Exactly.
Right.
Yep. And that is always a really great step. Go see a lender. Usually pre-approvals last for up to 6 months. So it's always a good, especially in today's times, to come forward with that pre-approval. That way you're ready to go. You've got what you need. Sellers know you're serious and you're not just another looky-loo. So having those pre-approvals really is a good thing. Go get those. Go talk to your lender. If you don't have a lender, we've got a couple here in town that are awesome. Go see them. They'll surely help you out. But yeah, goidealrealty.com. We've got a lot on that website. Check it out. Check out our listings. We've got virtual tours where you can walk through them real time. So yeah, check that out. goidealrealty.com.
All right. Thanks so much.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Is there anything in that toolbox that you can determine who your neighbors are?
Oh, that's a hard one.
See, I would want to go in there and go, are there any other radio people in the neighborhood?
Is that a yes or a no? You want them or you don't?
It's too late.
Too late.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll take a time out with these words.
Did you hear? A recent stash of $10 gold Liberty coins from the 1800s has been found. These gorgeous gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck in the late 1800s, and less than 50 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this gold find an incredible opportunity. Call 1-800-935-7267, and you are guaranteed a $10 gold Liberty coin minted by the U.S. Mint in the 1800s. But with extremely limited availability, you must call now. These gold Liberty coins from the 1800s are still in uncirculated condition. That is history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-935-7267. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $40 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-935-7267 now to secure your $10 gold Liberty coins dated from the 1800s before they sell out. That's 1-800-935-7267.
The list of songs about love is a long one. At KCNI KBBN, we love shopping local. Make sure you're listening to The Breakfast Show. Every single day, a new $25 gift card will be given away.
Make us part of your morning routine.
Just really great music, and you guys are fun and active and lively and just a good station.
Central Nebraska wakes up with Dave and Brent on The Breakfast Show.
Bonnie Raitt and her slide guitar right down the line. 9:35, working on 9:36 here on this Monday morning. A couple of things we want to cover here before we close the show. One of those will be giving away a Brewbaker's Coffee House gift certificate in honor of our Love Local promotion. We'll get to that in just a moment or two. Brent has a couple of things maybe here he wants to remind you of.
Yeah, don't forget about our good friend Roxanne with the Nebraska Land Hearing Center in Broken Bow. Roxanne, a board-certified hearing instrument specialist with over 30 years of experience, and she loves to promote buying local, even when it comes to having your hearing checked. So that's why she does a lot of just local promotions and some discounts for just buying local. So to find out more, give her a call at 308-384-3852. We also remind you that Roxanne now accepts Care credit cards. This will enable you to finance hearing aids for over a period of time with lower payments. So ask Roxanne about the Care credit cards. No reason to go out of the area to get your hearing checked because Roxanne sells the top technology available in the world right here in Broken Bow. So to make your appointment, call 308-384-3852. You'll find the Nebraska Land Hearing Center office in downtown Broken Bow at the Broken Bow Chamber Building.
All right, and before we close, too, we want to remind you of a very important website that has been created by some civic-minded folks who want to make sure you have the resources you need for yourself or others who may be in a stressful situation, maybe need some support on mental issues.
Yes, and that website is mhpcc.org. This group of people knows that just raising awareness for mental health issues is imperative. And they want all of you to know that there is help out there. You don't have to go through things alone. Not all mental health conditions can be cured, but they can be treated. So take the time to focus on yourself and check in on your mental health. Please reach out, and this is a great first step. This is a website created as a resource of mental health providers in Custer County. Again, the website is mhpcc.org.
All right, thank you, Brent. Well, we want to encourage you folks to continue to shop local throughout this remaining winter season and into spring, summer, fall, into next year, because if we support one another, we'll all be better off for it. Plus, there's so many great businesses that we have here that would love to have you walk through their door, including Brubaker's Coffee House and Gifts in Arnold. We talk about them often here on the show. Historic building that they have restored, and inside you'll find the smell of good coffees. Good shopping is available there for gifts. Wonderful barista bar, and they also have just so much under the roof. It's hard to describe everything as they continue to expand all of their gifts ideas. Right now they're concentrating on the sweethearts in your life, and you've got today and tomorrow to get in and make those purchases. And they're also offering grab-and-go floral arrangements, candy, jewelry, purses, coffee, kids' items, and gift cards. And Brubaker's Coffee House in Arnold has all those and much, much more. Something for everyone, something for all ages. And if you're just kind of in those winter blues that we were just talking about, blow them away with their new merchandise for spring. They have it already on the racks there for you at Brubaker's Coffee House and Gifts. And at this time, we are ready to give away a $25 gift card, but Brent has more information now.
Well, I was just going to share with you their hours. Brubaker's is open Tuesday through Friday, 8 to 5, and then open on Saturday from 9 to 3. So they'll be open for you tomorrow on Valentine's Day.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we don't have the hours on the sheet, so I appreciate that. We are going to take the second caller at 872-2801. Second caller at 872-2801 to get that $25 gift certificate to Brubaker's Coffee House and Gifts in Arnold.
If it pumps, stores, or transfers liquids or chemicals, Doltmeyer Sales has you covered. Doltmeyer Sales Ag Early Order Program is back. Special pricing and free freight on qualifying orders of $2,500 or more. Additional savings on orders $5,000 or more. Special program pricing ends March 3rd. Doltmeyer.com.
When you're up in your sprayer, working your soybean fields, where are you looking? In front of you, so you don't roll into a ditch? To your sides, to see how the boom is doing? Over at your monitors? Down at your phone? Probably all those places. But there's one more place you should look. Straight ahead into the future. Because how you're farming now will affect how you're able to farm over the next few seasons. If you're only using one side of action, weeds will only become more and more resistant to your preferred chemistries. That's why, if you've made the smart decision to plant Enlist E3 soybeans, don't stop there. Protect them with Enlist herbicides. Their superior tank mix flexibility easily allows for multiple sites of action. Together, you're able to better protect your soybeans and manage resistance beyond this season. Visit Enlist.com to see what a better weed control system can bring to your fields, now and tomorrow.
All right, Peg called in, and she has won herself a $25 gift card to Brew Bakery.